Okay guys, I got another doozy for ya. This time it's Chang Cheh's Masked Avengers. So released in 1981, this is another Shaw Brothers production. This time, as I said, directed by Chang Cheh, who's kind of a legendary director in terms of not just quality, but output as well. He directed like 5 to 8 movies every year in the 70s. Some of his more famous movies being 5 Element Ninjas, and the 5 Venoms. Masked Avengers is starring Chang Cheh, siu-ho, and maybe most memorably Philip Kwok. A name that might ring a bell if you've seen John Woo's Hard Boiled, starring Chow Yun-fat. So the Masked Avengers is about a gang of, well, you guessed it, Masked Avengers, but not the good kind. So they go around raping and pillaging and murdering and whatever until they kill some guys they should not have. And a team of like bodyguards for hire are tasked with tracking them down and finding out who the leader is of the Masked Avengers. So I guess I was expecting more of an action movie, and with that synopsis you can't really blame me. But it's actually a lot more focused on the mystery aspect, turning it into kind of a whodunit detective story for most of it, which I was surprisingly into. One of the more interesting characters is played by Philip Kwok, who I mentioned before. The thing that's interesting about him in this movie is the fact you can't really tell where his allegiances lie. It's not very clear throughout most of the movie. You don't know if you can trust him or not. It's not until the end of the movie, where all the secrets of the Masked Avengers start unraveling, that you understand his motivations. So he's kind of a wild card, man with no name / a lone agent kind of a character, which gave it kind of an extra dimension. I won't spoil the way it plays out, but once all is revealed, the movie rewards you with your patience with some of the fiercest, fastest, dangerous looking fights I've ever seen. And I have seen a lot of Hong Kong action movies by now. Another thing is that I'm generally not a big fan of sword fights or like weapon play, but I can totally get behind the way it's done in Masked Avengers. I just couldn't believe how fast and expertly choreographed these fights were, to the point where I just trying to detect undercranking, but I'm pretty sure none of it was, because usually you can tell at least a little. So yeah, that is Masked Avengers, Chang Cheh's Masked Avengers. If you have a Blu-ray player that accepts Region B discs, UK publisher 88 Films is putting out a lot of these Shaw Brothers movies, so get your ass to the internet and order that shit. Once again, my name is Carlo. That name again is Mr. Carlo.